We're back. Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined in studio now by Mr. Tom Jokovich. He is the CEO of XNX Incorporated. XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, good to see you again.
It's great to be back, Don. Thanks.
Well, now, Tom, I know that the company's in the final phase of preparing the tool that we've seen pictures of and you've been telling us about to make demonstrations to potential licensees of your technology. You're really in the final phases of that preparation, aren't you?
Absolutely, Don. Right. It's a system designed a new way to manufacture solar cells, and we've been putting it together for a while. And now we're in the phases where we've been calibrating it, and we keep moving closer and closer and closer to that final point where we get all the systems to work together. There's a lot of repetitive steps where literally you're changing temperatures by just, well, not several degrees, but you're changing temperatures, rerunning tests, recalibrating or testing thicknesses and film structures, and then recalibrating and putting everything together. And it's a tedious process, but every thin film company that's ever developed any kind of thin film technology has gone through this process. So it's something you can't shortcut, but at the end game, or the end result, is a system that works and something we can demonstrate to customers. So that's what we're working hard to achieve.
Well, I'm kind of excited about this too, because I know we're sending a film crew out to your headquarters here very soon. We're going to get some video footage of this in operation and actually bring that to the program here in a forthcoming episode. I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, I am too, Don. We're, hopefully get that thing ready for you as soon as possible.
Now, this calibration phase that you're talking about, how long will that last? How long does that take?
Well, like I mentioned, Don, it's a tedious process, but it's one we've already gone through it quite a bit. And what we originally, I think, on a prior show of yours, you said, will it be done, the first calendar quarter of 2013? I said, yes, we will. That's still our goal. We think we may get it done as much as about a month from now, but our goal is definitely within this quarter, and we're working hard to achieve that.
Well, never let it be said that I put pressure on a CEO to hit a deadline, but
That's right.
I know that once the system's in place and the demonstrations start taking place, you're going to be bringing people in. You're going to be able to show them exactly what this can do, how they can ramp it up in their own manufacturing facilities. What kind of sales is the company looking forward to?
Well, Don, that's a great question. It's something we just recently shared with shareholders as well. Our system is modular, and what we mean by that is there are 5 major components, and each one can be sized according to the size of production that a client is looking for. If you want a fully load balanced system, 40 megawatt system, it's between $25 to $30 million depending on configuration. But you can start smaller or you can go larger. So, and as you transition, this is a mistake some companies make when they transition from R&D and development and pre-sales into sales. They bite off more than they can chew. Our goal, what we're hoping to, is be able to sign up about 3 customers in the first 12 months. Wow. And that way we think we have a manageable transition between pre-revenue and revenue, because obviously there's a lot of infrastructure, internal growth associated with that transition, having to hire more people. So not only do you have to manage the sale, you have to manage the growth of the company. We think that's probably something we could deal with. So we hope we're lucky enough to be able to achieve that kind of sales goal.
It's got to be an exciting point in the history of the company for you as CEO to realize that you're just on the cusp of moving from that pre-revenue into revenue stage. I mean, that's got to be heady stuff.
Oh, absolutely, Don. Absolutely. I mean, it's like things can't happen fast enough. I know my shareholders probably have the same opinion, but seriously, you literally go to bed thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it. When something doesn't go 100% the way you wanted to go, then you turn around and you wind up, you're wincing, you're grimacing, you're on the phone making phone calls all over the place to try to see how quickly you could resolve something. But it's a very exciting time, very exciting.
I know that you've said in the past on this program that the SIG Solar technology is the one that you feel can compare favorably on a cost basis to silicon. How does the technology differ or compare to the status quo?
Well, the technology and the business model, I think, are important to really, for someone to understand. Our business model, almost all the solar companies, they go out and they're going to build a product to sell a solar module. And so most of, if not all of the thin film companies out there, we're directly trying to compete with the silicon industry, trying to create a product to compete with silicon. And silicon's the dominant technology. The price has dropped. It's very difficult to compete. Silicon's not making any money. We looked at it a little differently. We said, well, what if this was Ford Motor Company or Tata Motors, and you came to them and you said, look, I can deliver you a high-quality engine just as good as the engine you're currently using for less money. Are you interested in it? And so rather than trying to build a whole new motor company to compete directly with Ford, you find a place where Ford has a weakness, where they have a need, rather, to lower input costs. And that's what we did with the development of a system that essentially uses 156 millimeter stainless steel flexible substrate to make a solar cell using thin film technologies that matches the dimensional shapes of silicon and can be used as a replacement for silicon. And the efficiencies of SIGs allow it to compete with silicon. So we believe that this product will eventually have an opportunity to compete on a toe-to-toe basis and offer many gigawatts of existing infrastructure, existing manufacturing infrastructure in the silicon industry, give them an alternative product at a lower cost. So we're not trying to compete, we're trying to fit in.
Can't wait to see that apparatus in operation. Once again, X and X, XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, we'll have you on here real soon again with the video of that. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Don.